Hello, everybody, and we are once again here today to play a game called The Test. But this is the second version of the game called Hypothesis Rising. Pretty much the same thing, just a little longer, more questions, and well, I'll play the game so you can see what I mean. So we'll go to new game, get started with. Okay, before experiencing the test, I can't speak. Hypothesis Rising, it is highly recommended that you played its prequel, The Test, before venturing into this experience, which I have. You can see the live stream I did on my YouTube page. You will stand to gain a lot more from this experience if you played the test first, and this explanation will also make a bit more sense as it carries on from where the last examination left off. Okay. I would like to urge you to go and play the test now before venturing forward, and follow the instructions listed throughout the game, as you will certainly get a bigger benefit overall by taking the test in the order that they were meant to be taken in. Okay, works for me. Would you like to close this game now so you can have the opportunity to play the test first? You will not get a chance to exit the game until the experience is over and you choose to continue. If you choose to continue now, I've already played the test, so we'll go with that. Wonderful news! We can't continue. Whoa, what's with all the Whoa. Wait. Hold the phone here. Blood everywhere? Does that look like paw prints and blood? Hand or paw prints? Blood on the ground? Help? Bloody eyed bear? Is that a doll or a body? I don't know. That's just creepy, isn't it? Hello and welcome to my office. It's truly a pleasure to see you here today. Please excuse the mess. I haven't had a chance to clean up yet. Yeah, I think that's pretty obvious, but now I don't want to take up too much of your time with blibber blabber and nonsensical speak, so I'll just get straight to the point. Sometimes we have to ask ourselves life's tough questions. Of course, there's one question in particular I'd like you to ask yourself. Are you happy? I mean, not completely, but I don't know. And when I say happy, I don't mean content. Being content is great, but it's not the same as being happy. I'm more content than happy right now in my life, unfortunately. I want to help you. I want to inspire you to be the best that you can be. I want to inspire you to be the happiest version of yourself. Okay? Yeah. I want to see you grow inside and out. Okay, that's creepy. Now, how do I accomplish this, you might be asking? Good question. Allow me to explain. I'm going to ask you a series of questions, and if you are going to answer them with 100% entire honesty, and when I say 100% entire honesty, I mean 100% entire honesty. Think about it. Who you do want to wait. Think about it. You do want to be happy, don't you? A little bit of a grammatical mistake there. You do. Oh, you do want. Okay. No, it's proper. You wouldn't want to be. You wouldn't want to do something so bold as to tempt fate by lying, would you? Okay. Just remember, if you lie, the only person you're lying to is yourself. The only person who will suffer from this is you, okay? And believe me, you will suffer. Wow, okay. How? Not to mention the fact that whether you tell the truth or not, I'll know. How will you know? But that's another story. Let's be moving on, shall we? We wasted enough time explaining what we're going to be doing, okay? Just remember, we all want to be good people. We all want to get the answers that we feel lend the most desirable human traits within ourselves. Yeah, I can't read and speak. But sometimes good people do bad things. Yes, they do. And sometimes we don't always have desirable traits as humans. That's true too. I can express enough just how important it is to be truly honest while answering these questions, no matter how uncomfortable the truth may make you. Okay, now it's time to get into the real meat of this experience. It's time for you to get the advice that you deserve. What, you're my therapist now? As you re-question the scenarios during the process, I want you to create your own circumstances, build your own bridges to arrive at the answer that best suits your own psyche. If you never experienced a scenario being asked of you, then simply imagine that you have to try to assume how you might feel in that situation. Okay. It's like I'd like to invite you to pour a glass of water, sit back, and relax as we unfold your fate in a secret to everyone, overcoming the next hurdle in your life. We're going to start with some basic, easy questions. Okay? If you answer these questions twice, your advice may change. It's not just about answering the questions, it's about many different variables. Okay? Many different factors are at play here, including the amount of time taken to answer proposed questions. With that being said, it's far more important to actually take your time to and think about how honest of an answer you're giving before you give it. Okay? Whatever you do, do not rush the process. Time is your best friend here. You'll see what I mean soon enough. And here we go. Do you feel uncomfortable right now? Well, no, honestly, I don't. Are you nervous? No, I mean, not really. Do you feel cold? I mean, it's a little chilly and I got the heater on, but I don't feel cold like internally. Do you feel sad? I got things that can be sad, but I don't really feel sad at the moment, so either or here. Have you ever hurt somebody because you were hurting, even though they didn't deserve it? I could say yes, I have. Honestly, maybe when I'm in a bad mood, I say something stupid that hurt somebody else, even though I shouldn't have said it. So yeah, I admitted that. Do you crave acceptance by others? I I don't crave it. I do wish I'd be accepted by others, but I don't crave it. Have you ever lost? Yes, I have, and even just recently with my brother, who died a couple weeks back. So yes, I have lost a loved one. You know what heartbreak? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. So very hard. So very much. Do you believe in demons? Not necessarily. Do you believe in curses? No. Would you consider yourself to be spiritual? Nah, not really. Are you afraid of dying alone? No, not really, because we're all going to die alone. We can be surrounded by everybody we love, but in the end, the only person that's going to be dying is you at that moment. So you're going to be dying alone regardless. I got to click it again, okay. If there was undeniable proof that a ghost was haunting you, would you continue to live in your own home? I mean, if there was undeniable proof, yeah, depends. I mean, if it's a benevolent ghost, it's just there. It's not really going to hurt you or anything. Yeah, maybe a more vicious one, maybe that'd be the story. But I'd still say yes. Have you ever seen an object mysteriously move? Yes, I have actually. Do you believe that's possible for a game to summon supernatural forces in your life? No, not necessarily. Would you like to make more friends? I mean, it's not about just making friends. Friends come and go. If you like to make lifelong friends, I'd say yes. But I don't really need to make more friends. Just really close, few really close ones. Would you consider yourself to be a good friend? Not all the time. I tend to ignore I'm somewhat antisocial, so I do ignore people, even my close friends. So yeah, I'm not the best of friends. I'm not really a good friend. Do you feel lonely? And in context, there's not really any context there. I mean, when you talk about lonely, like you just feel alone in general, or because that's the case, then no, I don't feel lonely. If you're talking about if you look for a significant other or a lover, yeah, I do feel lonely because I don't have one, but I don't really feel lonely right now. Talk to me. Okay. I did catch it fast enough, so yeah, it said talk to me. Do you make friends easily? When I do, yeah, I tend to do make friends easily, but I don't really keep them. You tend to avoid. Yes, I do try to. I don't really like it. If I have to do it, I have, but I don't really like trying to get into it. I've had several, yes. Do you like horror movies? Yeah, I do. This is all very interesting. Okay, so how? Have you played the test? Yes, I have. I wouldn't have said differently. That's a spirit. Have you played the horoscope? No, I can't say I played that one. Give it a whack. I'm totally not biased, right? Yeah. Do you want? Oh, definitely yes. Being a single horny man, yes. Porn is a good thing. Would you consider yourself to be a? When I do work, yes. When I don't work, no. I'm not. So I say yes if low opinion of myself. Not necessarily. I mean, I am hard on myself, but I don't have really a low opinion of myself. So, I mean, yes. Damn it. Oh well, it could go either or, really. That was a tough question for me. Would you consider yourself to be a confident person? Nah. For me to be confident, I really got to know something. I can't just go into something and be like, yeah, I know everything. I'm good. No, I tend to be kind of skittish and nervous with dealing with something new. So I'm not really a confident person until I get the idea of what I'm doing. Would you help an old lady cross? Yes, unless this appointment was life or death, I'd say yeah, I'd still help somebody. Would you kill all of your neighbor's pets for my dog, my little dog? If another pet, I mean, yes, I'd do it. Even if they hate me for the rest of their lives, I'd be like, yeah, I'd save my own dog over another person's pet. Have you ever tried to smother yourself in a pillow to see if you got? Well, I've tried, like, not actually tried to kill myself. I tried. I could say yes because, but I didn't really want to take it serious. Yeah, I did try it. You ever been caught dancing when you thought, yes, I have. You ever tried to roll your eyes so? No, I can't really roll my eyes. I'm not my I don't know, but I can never get my eyes to roll back that far, so I never really tried. So do that much. Have you ever played a practical joke that you? Yes, I have. I did it one time when me, my brother, and a friend of ours would mess with another friend. He was sleeping. He was drunk. Was sleeping it off. We put shaving cream on his eyebrows, shaved his eyebrows off, and woke him up. So I regret that because that wasn't cool. That's just one. I got more, but I am streaming live right now. Yes. Well, hello. I'm not necessarily recording it. It does get recorded, but I'm not doing it for the recording. So, yeah. Told you I was watching you play this game right now. Would you? I mean, I won't believe you because you're not real, but so I gotta say no on that. If you left a comment for me at any point in time, I've read your words. Does that bother you? No. I mean, if that's the case, no. Anybody can read them. If you left a comment for me, does it make you feel positive that I paid attention to taking the what you've taken the time to write? If you're real, yes, but it doesn't bother me that much, so no. Do you understand that no matter what, I appreciate you? I'll go yes, because that's kind of an odd question for me. I really do. Okay. All right. I a little bit, yeah. I'll say a little bit. Depends on the mistake. No, I don't. If I believed in magic, I'd be trying it all the time to win love or something, but I don't believe in it. So, have you cried in the last month? Yes, I have. Do you have a hero? I'm not being a hero worship myself. I do respect people greatly, but I don't try to make them into heroes because everybody's flawed, and to put somebody as a hero means that you think they're perfect. So no, I don't have a hero. I respect somebody greatly, but I'm not going to have hero worship. Do you typically learn from your? Yes, not all the time, but I do typically learn. No, I'm a homebody. I'd rather be in front of a computer than outside. I would say I consider myself to be lazy in the sense that when I do work hard. I do like to enjoy my free time the way I want, and I do what I need to do, but I'm not necessarily going to push myself unless I actually have to. But no, I'm not really lazy in that sense. Yeah, I do have to admit to that. Yeah, I do admit that it's hard. Sometimes it is hard to stay motivated. Yes, I do. I do have a tendency to do that. Yes. Yes, I know they would. If you talk to them, they say yes. No, I never cheated because I never really had a deep, deep relationship where cheating on somebody would be, so I never really had cheated, you know. But going back to that last point, I've never been in a deep relationship where I could cheat or they could cheat on me because we never really had that connection, so no, I haven't, not necessarily. I mean, I judge people on their actions and what they do, not just because I see you, I immediately judge. Now, if you walk around, I mean, everybody's going to judge you regardless, on first appearances. But to be judgmental means that it's like an absolute, that's the person is. If you look like you're coming around raggedy, act like a fool, I'll judge you as that. But if it turns out later on to get to know you that it's different, then I'll change that opinion. But I'm not going to judge somebody. I will judge people based on first impressions, but I'll give you the chance to change that. So I'm not really judgmental of the fact that once I judge you, that's it. I see. Are you a hero to someone else? I wouldn't say I'm a hero to someone else. Maybe I can't say for sure. I mean, like I said, I respect people that respect me, but I don't have anybody who treats me as a hero right now. So I can't say no. I'll say no. Yes, I do love animals. Have you ever found a family member or Tinder and wanted to hit them with shit really awkward? No. I mean, I use Tinder, but I never seen anybody I know. Yeah, me neither. Uh, yeah, that's good. No, I don't. I used to when I was young, but when you start getting older, it loses its kick. It loses the fun. You only drink it only to forget something. But I don't like doing that, so no. No, I'm not. Well, that makes one of us. Now go back to drinking. Leave me alone. Do you like the phrase? I don't even use it, so I can't say. Are these questions? It's not necessarily. I do have a bit of an imagination, but it's just hard to express it. No, that's not necessarily. I mean, it depends on the type of social, the group, the setting. If it's just a good old country where everybody's having a good time and all that, yeah, I feel comfortable. A snooty, high class type of deal, that's a different story. But I'm not necessarily uncomfortable. Just I pick and choose what type of place I want to be. Yeah, I do consider myself to be a bit of antisocial. I'm not a social butterfly. No, I'll hold grudges for a little bit, but you know, I won't hold it forever because people do change. So yeah, I have, I have, and especially back when I was young, and I did get drunk. Yeah, I did. No, I can't stand pineapple in general. I don't want pizza. That's a sin. No, I mean we do all can be selfish at times, but I think he's trying to say that for all the time. And no, I'm not selfish all the time. Every once in a while, yeah. I got a bit of an ego, but not that big where I'm going to act like I'm the big man on campus everywhere I go. So no, never had the chance, so I can't say either or. But I'll go with no, just because I've never been in that situation where I could explore if certain kinks entice me or not. So I can't say for sure. So I'll go with no. Not necessarily. No, I'm not really religious. Like anytime, I do believe that there is some higher entity, but not. But all these religions are just interpretations of belief systems that developed over time. So I'm not really saying I'm religious. I can be at times. I'm not always, but I do have my moments where my temper does get the better of me. Oh, now that's a difficult question to answer to because save your own life, but you knew they didn't deserve it. What would you do? Well, it depends. There's got to be context. You asked me to create context in my own mind, which is fine. So I'll do that. If they didn't deserve it, wow, that's a very moral, ethical question. I mean, it's hard to answer. I mean, if I had to be put in that position, if they didn't deserve to die, what? Basically, somebody try to kill me, but they don't. But only because of, I don't know. It's very, very broad, and there are so many different ways I could go with that. But if you say yes, you're selfish, that you put your life above others, but if you say no, then you're selfless. I mean, that's oh shit. But unfortunately, in the end, survivalistic wins. Yes, yes. Interesting. Would you sacrifice your own life for a complete stranger? If they deserve to be saved, yes. I mean, like, if somebody's going to be killed for no reason whatsoever, or being hurt, or even they're trying to kill them, I could do something about it. But that would cost me life. If that could save a life and let them live, because I'm choosing to sacrifice myself. I'm not. It's not like it's being put upon me. I'm choosing to sacrifice. That's what sacrifice means: to willfully give up. And I'm willing to give up somebody's life to protect. If that complete stranger deserves to be saved, if it's a child or somebody that doesn't deserve to die for something stupid, but I can intervene and it may take me in the process, but it'll save them and let them have a life. Yes, I will. Even more interesting. Okay. Have you ever been inside of a burnt? No. I've seen a couple close by, but I've never been in one. So I can't say I've ever been inside a burning building, and I don't really want to be in one if I don't have to. Have you ever been to a funeral? Yes, I have. If you could attend your own funeral before you died, would you take the opportunity to do so? Why? To see how miserable everybody is when I'm dead? I mean, I'm gone. Move on. I don't have any. It, it doesn't really entice me to go see my own funeral, so no. If you could see into the future, but you were told that it would only reveal the absolute worst of what's in store for you, which actually, in that sense, I would. Because if I could see the future and see the worst of what happened, and I could see what led me to that point, if I could see the mistakes I made along the way, I could fix that. I could change that. Yes, I would. Even if it's scarring, I'd still do it so I could avoid that future. If you had the power to stop time, would you use it to do something you know you should? Ooh. Again, morally ethical question here. Say, if you had the power to stop time, what, to go rob a bank, to go steal something, or to do, well, I mean, let me put this scenario out here. I have somebody I like, but they don't like me like that. We're still cool. We're still friends. We still treat each like brother and sister, but I still have some feelings that I'm still trying to work through. And if I could stop time, if I know, like, I would just if I just want to do something like sneak a peek, or maybe cop a feel on her while she's naked or in the shower or sleeping, and I can stop time to do that, then that's one thing. I mean, that's tempting. That's enticing. I mean, it's not ethically right or wrong, not morally or ethically wrong. But if I'm given the opportunity to give that one chance to do something evil or just wrong with the power of time, oh, I mean, the possibilities are endless for even something perverse, cruel. I mean, but in the end, would that mean? Does that mean? I mean, I'm talking about this right now. Yes, and in my darkest part of my heart, that's something I would like to do because I'm just that starved for attention or love or sex. So right now in my life, so yeah, that's enticing. I could just say yeah, so no would be morally fair, but I mean, and that's just one scenario. Like I could also use scenarios for like for financial gain or revenge or for a whole bunch of other things. You know, I want to kill somebody maim or hurt somebody to wrong me, I could do that too. So yeah, I mean, this depends on the context of what you're trying to ask. I can make a whole bunch of context out of nowhere just to make a point, like hypothesizing. So yeah, there's a lot to go with that. You know, this makes you think. It really does. I mean, but in the end, I think in the end, like I say about my female friend who I love, as much as I want to stop, if I could give you the power to stop time to go do something naughty with her against her will, in the end, even if she doesn't realize I did that to her, I still feel like she probably would be able to look into her eyes again. So yeah, in the end, I'd go no, just because it hurt me just as much as bad as it hurt her, not worse. So no, I wouldn't. If you had the power to remove one person from Earth, never to return again, would you use it? If this person deserved it? Hell yes. If I told you that I understand you better than yours, no, nope, nobody understands you more than my own self. You maybe will pick some part that I'm not working through that I don't understand, but in the end, the only person that knows me is me because I'm the only person that talks to my own self. Well, that made no sense, but if someone threatened to kill you, would you first respond to be reactive violence? First off, I'd do one of two things: either run, protect my, or I'd be like, or I'd be why. I'd ask why. And now, if this person said just because, if I had to fight back, yeah, I I'd gladly be reactive violence if it's somebody threatened to kill me, try to kill me, then merely try to do it after, then yeah, I would react to violence. But if the person's just shooting the shit with me, mouthing off, trying to scare me or intimidate me, that's a different story. I try at least de-escalate or try to run away, but first. But if I had to react to violence, I would. So my first response would, unless the person is immediately threatening to go right for the kill shot, then that's yeah. But for the most part, I'd be like, no, I wouldn't react to violence at first, unless I absolutely have to. If a stranger stole money from you to support their drug addiction, that's tough because I could, if it's not much, like say 20, 30, $40, would be happy, but in the end, it's not that much. If they did it one time, first time I would, but after that, so yeah, I would. But if they did it after that, beyond that, then no, you're on your fucking own. I'll whip your ass if you try to do it again after. But I'll give you that at least that first time, yeah. If a family member said something nasty about, yes, I would. I've done it before, so yeah. You had to eat raw squirrel brains for 3 days to stay alive. If that's all I had to do, I mean, if that's the only choice I had, I mean, I'd probably be sick to my stomach after 3 days. But yeah, it's whatever I do to survive. You know, if you woke up tomorrow and none of your family members remember who you were, would you choose to leave and start a new life? I mean, I'd say yes because I mean I could sit there and try. We could sit there and try to start a life, go back the way it was, but the old me be gone. So the old person who I was is gone in their mind. So I had to start a new life regardless. Would I leave? I'd leave, yes, and start a new life. But maybe in the end, I'll try to reconnect. Even if they can't remember. So yeah, I'd do that. If a homeless man was clearly sick, freezing, and utterly miserable in the rain, yes, I would because you know that's you try to do what's best for people. Sometimes it doesn't always work out, but you still at least try to be respectful to your fellow man. And I'm willing to sacrifice that for somebody else because I wouldn't suffer for that long. Well, they would suffer a long time more if I didn't have it. If someone accidentally hits you in their car but you suffer no injuries whatsoever, I would be upset with them, but I wouldn't be, well, I would be, I'd be upset with the fact that it hit me with the car, but I wouldn't be upset for if that, like I said, there's a lot of context they leave out because they want you to think of this on your own with your own thought process and logic. So I would say no, I wouldn't be because if I could walk away with nothing more than just maybe a very slight bruise that doesn't even bother me, I wouldn't be upset unless So I would say no. I wouldn't be upset in that sense unless I could prove that they were trying to do it on purpose. Have you looked for any hidden? I mean, I really haven't. It's there's probably something there, but I don't really care because it's just all over the place. I know I should have been, but it's so random that I don't really notice it. Are you wondering if there's a deeper meaning to all this other than just the way you set it up? Yes, I do. Yeah. No, they don't, because if the miracles happen every day, I'd be a much happier man. Hmm. Our brothers aren't worth lugging around and you don't mind getting rained on. Yeah, I do agree. Red is prettier than the color pink. Do you agree? Oh, a lot of context again. I mean, this is not really a hard question. It's either if or. And I mean, red. I prefer red over pink. So yeah, I'd go with red. Yes, I'd say yes. You ever feel like a plastic bag blowing in the wind? I do at times, so I'd say yes because there are times I have felt like that. So yeah, eating in front of people can be awkward. No, not necessarily. I mean, no, not really. Rings used in a ceremonial wedding gift. Rings used as a ceremonial wedding gift are so outdated. No, I don't, because that's part of the process. Some people don't like that. Some people do, but it's not necessarily outdated. In fact, it's just a way to reinforce that you love a person because you're willing to give them. It's like there's simple love to you. Hey, and that symbol could be anything, but rings is the most context, so it's not really doesn't matter what. So it's not really outdated because you can use any other thing, but no, not necessarily. Did you realize that the first letter of the last six questions? Well, no, I didn't. You know why that is? No, I don't know why that is. So light me. That make you. No, it doesn't. So that's I mean, you make no, not necessarily because I'm not that. I'm not looking for that. It's that hard. Yes, it is too late. I'm here. Okay. No, I did not hear somebody in my room. I know I just felt a rumbling, but that's because people walk. I do live in my mother. She walks around, and this place is pretty close, so you can feel people walk around. We got a road that runs right next to our house that people drive by. I can feel the vibrations from the vehicles. So yeah. See the shadows closing in? No. I got a nice light here, and I don't see any shadows. So no, I don't see the shadows closing in. I feel like I'm being watched. Yes, because the people watch me in my live stream. So yeah, I did just as proof that there's nothing there. Yes, so yeah, I did look around. No, not necessarily. No, I do give joy giving gifts to people. I like to see them happy. That's tough because there are times when like it feels like there's I think everybody experiences this once they're left unless they're just that extremely positive about their outlook in life because we all struggle. We all like feel like there's no there's no how should I put this? There's no whatever you want in life you haven't reached. You feel like you've shortchanged yourself and like you could have done more. And what's the point of keep going on? We all probably felt like that at some point, some way or some point. So yeah, I have probably felt like that. I haven't gone to the point of trying to kill myself, but I have felt like that maybe a few points in my life. Yes. Oh, oh, that's. I do love my family. Yes, but that's a little bit of a trick because you say you love your family more than you love yourself. That seems like you have no self. Sounds like you have no self worth or in the eyes of your family. But if you say you have more love for yourself than your family, that makes you seem like a selfish prick. To me, I say because family's important. Family's what keeps you going at times. If family truly is that for you, then yes, they keep you going. So yes, to me, family is more important than myself because they feed me to help me keep going. Do you have a best friend who's clearer than the rest of your friends? Not necessarily. No, I do have a couple of people I consider a best friend. None is better than the other because each have their own quirks or shortcomings or that that are different between each other. That but still, they're all my friends regardless. So no. Do you think there's some kind of good spirit? As for that, no. Behind the coronavirus, no. It was created in a lab that used for genetics. So there's not really a conspiracy. It was just like any other weapons of mass destruction type of thing. The conspiracy came from everything else, but no. As for just for it by itself, no. But there's more to it than that, in my opinion. Yes, I do believe that I'm human. You could turn invisible. You can never be invisible ever again once you decide to use that power. No, I wouldn't. No, I would not do it. I'm going to tell you why. Because I want people to know that I'm there for them. Just as much as I would ask people to be there for me, I want to be there for others. I don't want people just feel like I'm there. Just if I'm invisible and I want to reach out to a friend, a lover, or anybody that needs me there, but they can't see me. They don't know if I'm there for them. They can feel me in spirit, but if they can't see me, then what's the good of me being there for them? So yeah, no. To me, that's just no. I'd rather be. I mean, there's so much shenanigans and mischief you could do when you're invisible, but it's not worth it in the long run to me. If you knew someone was about to rob a convenience store, but you knew they were going to feed the, no, I wouldn't because we all have our low points where we all have to do things that we don't not proud of. If somebody needs to do it to feed their family, I would not stop them, unless I was an employee. But even then, you know, if you were stranded on a remote island with a stranger and you were both starving to death, but you found a secret stash of food that they didn't know about, yes, I would. Yes, I would. What's the point of me living and then when we could both live? We have enough food for both. So yeah, especially if we're about to be rescued, we know we're being rescued, but take a couple more days, and that food will last that long. Yes, I'd share it with them. If you turn into an eagle for 1 year, but you wouldn't be able to turn back to a person since that 1 year has passed. No, I mean, I'd rather be human. I'm not. I have no interest in be changed to another animal or another creature. I'm happy being human. If you had the opportunity to earn riches beyond your wildest dreams by fighting a grizzly bear to death, using nothing but a machete and an army helmet, if those riches go, if I don't make it, and those riches are given to my family, friends, and loved ones that I say give it to, then yes, I would gladly do it anytime. If you had to pick one basic food item to eat exclusively for the entire, yes, I would because potatoes can be used for anything, anything at all. If pizza screamed in agony every time you bit into a piece, no. I mean, like, would you like to have somebody screaming all the time when you try to eat a good pizza? No. If your best friend got bitten in the genitals by a highly venomous snake and saved their life was to suck the venom out of their genitals, I would. I mean, because what's the whole? I mean, this definitely touched on the concept of homosexuality. Homosexuality is the desire to heterosexual homosexual desire to be loved by one gender or another, or one sex or another. Just because I touch a guy's junk or a girl touches another girl's junk or tits, whatever, does not necessarily make them homosexual. If I had to do it to suck out, if it was a guy I was doing it, I'd gladly do it for him. Especially if I cared that much for them because they're a good friend of mine. I don't want to see them suffer and die. Same thing for a female. If a venomous snake bites them on their vagina or right in or around their vagina, if I had to sit there and suck it out, I'm not doing it just for the shits and giggles or for the quick, the quick, what's that word? The quick titillation, the quick, getting off moment, just because I'm touching or sucking on a woman's junk or pussy, I'm not doing it for pleasure or titillation. I'm doing it to save their lives. So it doesn't matter either way, man or woman. I would do it, yes. Or is that different? Not necessarily, no. Not at all to me. No, I would do it. I do feel mortal. I do have health issues that makes me feel like I'm not superhuman. So yeah, no, I don't really enjoy loud music. I have to listen to it loud because my hearing's already going out from other reasons besides loud music. But I don't necessarily enjoy it. Not necessarily. You know, watch it. I take that back. I do feel a little awkward because I'm not a good dancer. So yeah, I do feel a little awkward when I dance. Not necessarily anxiety. I don't make anxiety is not doesn't control me. I do have the occasional anxiety, but not to the degree that he was asking about. I have, yes, I have felt depressed before. It's nothing new. You're not alone. Of course, I'm not alone. Right now, yes. Do you think you have a guardian angel? No. If our guardian angel was there, they'd help me a lot more than they have been. Do you ever hear your name being called? I guess I do. I mean, it's auditory hallucinations, but I do feel like somebody called me. I'm going to take special note of that one. Okay. Do you always look both ways across? Of course. Simple safety measure. I want to get hit by a car just because look right next thing you know I get hit by from a car coming on my left. No, so no, yeah. Look both ways. Saves your life. I admit I don't. Especially when I'm home. And I'm not going anywhere. I don't wash my hands. I'm not going out anywhere to do wash them. A little bit, yeah, because you don't know what's happening goes on in there. So yeah, I do. Oh, I meant that yes. I really don't feel well. Either way, I really don't feel completely comfortable. I'm not to the point where I'm uncomfortable being a wrestler. So it goes both ways. Is one of your favorite seasons? Hell no! I'm a warm weather fowl. Do you know anyone named Josh? Yes, I do. I know a few people named Josh. Are you wondering why? I'd say I do. So yeah, I technically am. Even though my allergies don't bother me anymore, I technically am allergic to some animals. No, I'm not a farm boy. I live in the country, but I'm no farm boy. I have been in love, even though it's never been recipro- reciprocated. So the way I wanted to. So yeah, but I have been in love, even though it's never, to some degree, yes, I do feel like that. I'm not like a artsy fartsy, low painter type, but I do have my moments. I wouldn't say because if I was damn dominant, I'd be a lot better shape. So I'm not. I can't consider myself to be dominant. I'm more of a go with the flow type of guy. You feel that you've got too much time on your hands? No, because for various reasons I haven't. But I don't really feel like if I had too much time on my hands, because there's a lot of things I do need to do, but I don't because I can't. It's that I don't consider myself to be lazy, but there are times I do get lazy, and things I do need to do, I'd be like, yeah, I could wait on it. But they really do need to get done. But I have my moments late. I do have my moments late, so yeah, not that I do have too much time. I just don't use what time I got properly. No, I mean not necessarily. I don't be intimidated. I take note that I got to be careful when I deal with people, but I don't feel intimidated. If they do feel like they're trying to intimidate, I will try to intimidate them back. So no, no. Like I said, I can be temperamental. I do lose my temper at times, especially if I'm doing raids, games that make me rage. So it makes me look like I get excitable, but for the most part of my life, no, I'm not really excitable. I do, even though if I struggle to the point where I don't have no idea what I'm doing, I still like to at least try to solve them. Sometimes I do, yes. No, I'm very go with the flow type of guy. Do I trust easily? I used to, but I'm not as trusting as I used to be. So I can't say I usually trust easily anymore. I do consider, well, for the most part, yeah. I mean, I have to tell my lies to get to get a little the minor things, but when it comes to major, I do usually am honest about it. So yeah. Oh yes, I have told lies before. I am guilty of sin of that. So ye who is without sin cast the first stone, so to speak. I can't say I've ever been lied to by a best friend. Maybe I never caught him, but I can't say I've ever been lied to. Honestly, I have. Maybe I got a little shit. No, I can't say I've honestly lied. you know, not necessarily. No, not necessarily. I don't people please. I like people to respect me, but I don't go out looking for their adulation and respect. I earn it the hard way, so I'm not really a people pleaser. More in the fact that I rather make sure that they're happy and comfortable than try to please them just because I can. So no, I'm not really. No, I don't. I'm not a social extrovert, so I'd rather not be the center of attention unless unless I actually try to be the center of attention because I'm trying to earn something. But other than that, no. Sometimes, yes. Sometimes, I mean, I'm not a comedian, but I do have a wicked sense of humor every time from time to time. No, not necessarily. Well, I don't. I wasn't frightened at my wits, but I'm not frightened at my wits. But that did give me a little bit of a chill. I'll give it that. That was good. That was really good. That did kind of put chills down my spine there, but it didn't freak me out. So I'll give it that. That was good. That's probably a pretty good place for us to stop the simple segment of our questionnaire and move on to the more gritty questions. Okay, let's move on then, shall we? Next set of questions will not be yes or no answers. The next portion of our session will be filled with various scenarios that put you smack dab in the middle of vital choice making. Okay, bring it on, bitch! I'm ready to go. We'll see how well you handle your options as you delve deep into each scenario. Okay. Remember, the key of all this is to answer honestly. Okay. Let's get started. You're home alone. It's dark and it's storming outside. All of a sudden, there's a knock on your bedroom door. Someone's in your house. What do? Grab the closest item that can be used as a weapon, ignore the knocking and hope it goes away, ask who is it and wait, boldly open the door. I'm sorry. Grab the closest item and be ready. Be ready. You don't know what's on the other side, so be ready to have something to defend yourself. So yeah, that to me, that's just common sense, pragmatism. I'll go with that. Very interesting choice. You meet a woman on the street. She asks you for money, and you find it within yourself to give her all the spare change you have. And just as you do, a homeless man approaches, asking if you can spare some change. What do? Tell the man you've got no change left to offer? Tell the homeless woman to share with the man? Tell the homeless man to ask the woman for some of her change? Tell the homeless man that you'll get some more from somewhere. I mean, I can only tell him I have no more change left to offer. That's just simple truth, I mean, I'm not. If you came to me before, I would probably gave it to you first. Really now. I mean, what else you want me to do is unless you want me to say, ask her for money. That's all I can say. But I'm not going to tell them to do that. They're not children. They got. So yeah, I just all I do is just do the simple thing. Both your mother and your father fall incredibly ill to a life-threatening disease, and there's only enough medicine and facilities to save one of your parents, and time is of the essence. What do? Give medical treatment to my mother so she lives because, I mean, my dad's already gone. So, and honestly, all I got left is my mother. So, so to me, that's like, I gotta go with that only because my dad's already gone. I'm being honest. And if I can save my mom, I'll save my mom for that. That doesn't surprise me. And I think humans, for the most part, will tend to try to save their mother first because the father's always been the one. They think the father be the one to sacrifice himself before the mother. So we try to save our mothers first. You find a case of money tucked away inside of a dumpster. Inside there's 10 solid gold bars and a vial of mysterious liquid. Under the vial there's a note that says, "The cure for cancer. What do you do?" Turn the case into a professional entity so they can utilize it. Keep the gold bars but give away the cure to cancer. Keep the cure for cancer but give away the gold bars. Keep everything in the case for yourself to sell or use. Now this is a case of morality. And that is, except for one, all these answers be alright. Well, no, I take that back. I'm sorry. These two right here, I say would be the most moral, unless you're willing to, unless you said to sell or use. But even then, that's kind of like the first two, reasonable. Turn the case to a professional entity so they can use it. Yeah, if they can use the money to help to produce more money, more of the cure for cancer, then go ahead. Keep the gold bars, but give away the cure. Yeah, you can give away the cure of cancer. I mean, if you get the right person, then the gold bars. I mean, that's a moral. I'd rather keep. Who are you giving away the cure to cancer to? The professional entity? That's what they're asking. And yeah, I'll go with number two. I'll go with the second question. So I'll be honest, I would keep the money because the gold bars because. But if you're giving, but the question, but the way the answer is given, who are you giving it away to? To a professional entity, like this first one answer is. So to me, I'd go with that just because. Unless the money's there to help fund it, but ooh, I'd go with that one. What a wasted opportunity. What? What a wasted opportunity. Oh, he thought he was going to go for the last one. Keep it, sell you. Okay, yeah. I'm keeping the money, gold bars to sell, make money off of it. We get the cancer to somebody else to help produce it. So yeah, you should judge, especially if you're listening to me. My thought process. You're stuck alone inside of your house, and you're starving to death. You're completely run out of food, and no one's coming to save you for weeks. The only potential source of food around you is your family's pets. What would you do? Kill and eat my pets so I can survive, continue to starve along with my pets, attempt to cut meat from my pets and treat their wounds, and my pets eat me so they can survive till help arrives. I mean, if we're all going to die because we don't got enough food for weeks, I'd rather them eat me if I die so they can survive. If I can get them to understand that, I'll let them eat me if I die first. I mean, if they can survive, I'm not going to kill them just because I'm the top of the food chain. Doesn't make me automatically kill them just because. Your neighbor's home is on fire, a blazing inferno among smoking mist from the windows. You hear screams for help coming from within, but you can't see past the flames. No one else is around in sight. Ooh. Call the fire department and keep my distance from the home. Start shouting for help and searching for someone nearby. Run into the burning home to try and rescue anyone you can. Oh. Morality, folks, morality. I mean, all I could do is either, to me, I wouldn't start shouting for help because that just wastes time.
Steve-O.
Run into the building home. I wouldn't do that because if anybody knows what happens when you walk to a fiery home, just the heat and the smoke will immediately kill your ability to breathe. So you could end up dying with them. If you're not equipped to save them yourself, don't even try. Because you can end up dead with them. You might be able to save one, but you can't save them all, more likely. I wouldn't walk away. There's something you do, so I just call it fire department because that's all I can really do. You got to let the professionals handle it. Being a hero is one thing, but being a stupid hero, which could get you killed along with everybody else, it's not worth it. Let the professionals and try the best what you can do. You're fast asleep in your bed when you're woken by what sounds like a woman's muffled cries from somewhere in your room. You quickly realize it's coming from under your bed. What do you do? Really
Steve-O.
look under the bed, hide under your covers and wait patiently, verbally call out and ask who's in your room, jump out of bed and run for the run in the room immediately. I mean, only answers that make sense to me is 1 and 4.
Steve-O.
Yes.
Sorry to interrupt you. What time you want me to get you up since you gotta run the store for me?
11:30 or maybe 11.
Okay.
Sorry about that. I had to take care of something. I'm sorry. So yeah, it's either 1 or 4. Immediately look under the bed. But even then, I'd be like, do I really want to try my luck? Because I don't know what the hell's underneath there. So yeah, I'll be the coward. Get the hell out of bed and run out the room. There's no shame in that, folks. There's no shame. I'd rather be safe than sorry. A man in a fancy suit approaches you while you're walking down the street. He pulls a watch from his pocket and hands it to you. He claims that when the watch stops ticking, it marks the moment your time runs out on this earth. Take the watch and thank him for the gift. Decline the offer for the watch and keep walking. Tell him that he needs professional help to keep his distance. Tell him you already got 3 of them and it's a toy. You're happy. That's a toy. You're happy. I just decline the watch because we're all gonna die. There's no point in trying to wait, figure out when you're gonna do it. It's gonna happen regardless. So just decline the offer and keep on walking. Would you now? Yes, I would. You're sitting at home playing a game on your PC when all of a sudden someone grips and squeezes your shoulder firmly from behind. You immediately jump up and turn around, scream and stay still in terror. Spin around with a vicious elbow toward behind you. Tell them to squeeze harder so you can use a massage. There's only 2 that make sense to me is 1 and 3. You either jump around, turn around, so that way you can face your attacker and protect yourself, or take the initiative. Now, I mean, I just did that. See, I live with my mother to help her out. She just walked to my doorway to talk to me. I didn't see her, but she shouted to me. That made me jump and turn around. So, but she kept her distance. But if somebody's gonna be right behind me, I'm gonna go. When somebody grabs that, I'll be like, if I don't hit him, I'm still gonna bring that elbow up to protect myself unless I can see it. So yeah, I would do that. Ha! I'd rather protect myself. You're sitting in the bathtub trying to relax when a hand emerges from the water. What do? Jump out of the bath and run as fast as you can, kick the hand, and try to keep it away from you. Give it a firm handshake, maybe even a solid fist bump. Push it around and hope that you get some free hand action. I'm getting the hell out of there. I am getting the hell. If it's not, that hand is not my lover's. I'm getting the hell out of that bathtub and run as fast as I can. So screw that. You get out of bed immediately and fall down to a deep, dark hole. Man is standing above you, looking down. Tell you to put lotion on your skin while he watches. What do? Scream for help, which is not going to help you. Start sliding yourself in lotion. Tell him you got very sensitive skin and allergies. Well, that makes no sense. Ask him to come down and help you. You know what? Tell him to come down there so you can beat the shit out of him, use him as a prop to get out of there. So yeah, I'll do that one. Smart choice. You're sitting at home alone, and all of a sudden your door slams shut. You see it before your very eyes, and you know that no one is at home. And it could have been a gust of wind. It couldn't have been a gust of wind. What do? Stay perfectly still and watch the door. Look for a weapon around the room immediately. Jump up and try to climb out the window, or open it. I look around for a weapon right away, just in case somebody snuck in and is messing with me. So yeah, I'll have a weapon. I make sure I have a weapon just in case I have to go investigate. So yeah, that's the first thing you do. Have a weapon just in case. Someone you know for many years but have no attraction to tells you that they've had a massive crush on you for a long time. What do? Ask them out on a date. Who knows what might happen? Tell them you're flattered but just not interested. Tell them that you feel dating might ruin your friendship. Ask them if they want to be friends with benefits. Oh, interesting. If you have no attraction, I'm not going to ask for be friends with benefits. Because yeah, you get your rocks off. They probably get theirs, but is it going to make you happy? No. I wouldn't think so. telling you to feel dating, but that. I mean, if I know but I'm not really friends with them, they come to me, I'll be like, nah. Tell you, I'll just go with that. If they sound like kind of the assholes, but you have the right to choose who you want, and your decision. You can't please everybody, so if you're gonna hurt somebody's feelings, at least let them down gently. Yes, I am, and I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to be mean with that. But if I'm not gonna be attracted to you, I'll try at least let you down gently. We can still be friends, but that's the way it is. Like the woman I still have feelings with, she let me down gently, saying that she doesn't see me as her lover. She sees me as her best friend, her brother type figure. She let me down. It still hurts. I still have feelings, but I'm working through that, and I respect that of her. Doesn't mean I like it, but I'm not going to hate her for it. I'm not going to feel like she betrayed me or treated me wrong. She has her type of guy she likes, and she doesn't see me like that. So that's cool. You know, that's the way it goes. Your dog starts randomly barking into the darkest corner of your living room. There doesn't appear to be anything there, but your dog insists on escalating to growls. What do you do? I've had dogs like this. I've had dogs do this to me before. Like the corner of by the dark corner by our living room door. We don't have the overhead light on. We've had cats and dogs both stare, bark, and growl to that one corner by the closet. We have a little closet right by our front door. Little maintenance closet. In that corner, we've had cats and dogs sit there, stare, growl, and bark at that corner. So something's there. So it's has happened before. Try to, all right. Try to calm your dog down by petting them. Stand and stare at the corner to see if anything moves. Walk up to the corner, extend your hand to feel for anything. I'd see if there's anything there. Really, it's weird. That's a weird thing. Because there's no really good answer to that. You can try to calm the animal down, but if they feel like there's something there, they're not going to calm down. So you want to at least go see if there's anything that might be there. Might be dangerous, but have a weapon with you. But yeah, you see a massive spider in your room the size of your head. What do? Grab something bigger to smash it? Well, I guess we're moving out now. Burn the entire house down. It's the only way to be safe. Try to capture it alive for science. I'm smashing the son of a bitch. Venomous or not, I don't know what it is. I'm smashing it. I'm sorry. You can blame me later for being a monster, but I read better safe than sorry. Your closest family member tells you that they're a serial killer. Oh, this is big right here. This is morality again. Tell them you don't want to know any more details. Turn them into the authorities. Ask them information so you can help them stay out of trouble. Try to convince them that they need help. I mean, your first instinct is to try to protect them, which is noble. Not maybe right by law or by morality, but it's a noble anyway. You want to help them, but in the end, I'll turn it in because if they're truly a serial killer, then they need to be punished for what they did. But if they're just messing with your head and they're actually innocent of anything, they're probably gonna get in the end maybe some minor charges, but nothing to the degree of So yeah, I would turn to the authorities for I hate being like that, but we all have to face the consequences for acts. If that's for real, it's a serial killer. They need to be punished for it. I want as much as I want to protect them. If you found out that you only have one day left to live, what would you do? Tell everyone that I love them to be happy, not sad. Do something insane, crazy, anything goes. Not tell anyone at all. Just act as if nothing have changed. Spend my time on my own with. I tell them that I love them and be happy, not sad. I know it sounds kind of naive, but it hurt worse to me. It hurt worse than if I just up and died and they and they didn't know what happened. If they knew it was coming, even if it's just in a day, I'd at least give them that much. At least give them that much time to at least come to terms with it. If one of your pets started speaking to you and told you that they've got a dire warning, that they were going to die if you didn't let them eat all the ice cream in the freezer, What would you do? Go lay down. I'm obviously waiting on you for this. Give them all the ice cream they can handle. Don't give them ice cream. You're not gonna fall for that one. Show them that you'll be protected and they won't die. I'll give them all the ice cream except for chocolate, which can kill dogs. So yeah, I'll give them all the ice cream they can handle. Just because, wow, I can make money off them. So yeah, they get ice cream. If all of a sudden you could start hearing other people's thoughts and the person next to you was thinking about mugging you, stealing your money, what would you do? Take preemptive action and beat them up first. Tell them you don't think mugging you is a good idea. Get away from them as quickly as possible. Ignore it. You don't know that you aren't just hallucinating. I just get away from them. I mean, get away from them as quick as possible. So that way, if they try to do anything, at least you got the distance between the two of y'all. So you can, take preemptive action is not going to help you. You'll just get in trouble because nobody other than you're not going to. Nobody else knows that you're about to be mugged. So you're going to be in trouble for a crime they didn't commit yet. For the second one, tell them that you don't think mugging is a good idea. I mean, that could work because if you could tell them if you could tell them what they're thinking at the moment, they might freak them out and make you stop them from doing it. That's a possibility because that could scare the shit out of them. Get away from them as quickly as possible. Now I think about it, I go with the second one. Maybe I could scare them into thinking, knowing that I could read their mind. So that might scare them. Yeah, that sounds reasonable. If you can read minds, yeah. Your best friend comes to you and tells you that they just accidentally killed someone and they don't want you to go to prison. What would you do? Help them hide the body, which report them to the authorities, tell them that they're on their own, but you won't rat them out. Try to convince them to turn themselves in. I would go with this one because if it's an accident, they mean to kill this person. Try to understand that eventually it's going to catch up to them. That it's been just going to turn themselves in and make it easier in the long run. So yeah, I'll go with that one. Aww. You're driving in your car and you accidentally run someone over. You're pretty sure that they're okay, but the fact that their head is clearly detached from their bodies, that's probably just wishful thinking. What do you do? Go to breast bread, tell them that you don't want to go to prison. Turn yourself into the authorities right away and hope nobody saw what you did. Try to hide the body yourself. Now, this is interesting. I mean, if nobody saw you, I'd say just right away, hopefully. Wow. I mean, there's a lot of context to that that's not being put there for you. Like, do you know if there's any witnesses? Or, if you just keep quiet, nobody knows. I mean, personally, if I did that and I tried to get away, I'd eventually be so guilt-ridden that I'd just be like, I end up turning myself in regardless. And in the end, it'd probably be worse for me because if I went to the authorities myself and told them, or called the authorities, look, somebody just jumped out in front of me, I hit them. They're dead. Their head's on the ground about 20 feet behind them, wait for the body. They just came at me out of nowhere and I hit them. I had no time to react. Chances are you will get off. So just turn yourself in. Maybe you might get a better chance. I'm watching you. Okay. That was interesting. All right, interesting how that played out. I think it's time we move on to the next portion of our test. The following questions that shall be asked of you are would you rather style questions. Imagine you got a gun to your head and you absolutely must choose an answer. Okay. No matter how uncomfortable they may be. Let's get started, shall we? Okay, let's do it. Would you rather be loved by all or feared by all? Fear may give you respect, but it can come back to bite you in the ass. Loved by all, you can manage yourself. You can manage. Oh, that's just the music. Okay, I thought that was something else. Okay. I rather love by all because fear by all, yes, you get respect, you get what you want out of them, but that can come back to bite you in the ass. So I'd rather love by all. Would you rather never get angry or never get jealous? I'd rather never get angry because anger and jealousy could go hand in hand. I've been angry, I've been jealous at the same time, and it's not a fun mix. If you're jealous, but if you're clear-headed about it, and you know what, and you can at least see what for what it is. I just rather never get angry, because anger intensifies any other negative emotions. So yeah, I'd rather never get angry. Would you rather be held in high regard by your parents or by your friends? Friends come and go. Your parents will always be your parents. So yeah, to me, I'd rather be held in high regards to my family rather than my friends. Would you rather live in space or under the sea? It's space, baby! To the stars and beyond. Oh, yes. Would you rather donate your body to science or donate your organs to people who need them? To people who need them. Unless I know I got some kind of weird mutation that could help fight some kind of virus or disease or whatever. I rather give it to people who need them. Would you rather go to jail for 5 years for something you didn't do, or get away with something horrible but you did, but always live in fear of being caught? Oh, now that's a question like that's all hell, like all hell. Why pay for something you didn't do, or live free, but always be paranoid? I think I'd rather go through jail for 5 years. That's a short time, but for live the rest of my life in paranoia, I could deal with the jail more than I could deal with living paranoia. Would you rather work at a horrible job that you hate but retire comfortably in 10 years from now, or would you rather have your dream job but have to work? I'd rather have my dream job, because if you have a dream job forever, it's not a job. It's something it's never a job. If I want to, I could go retire in 10 years, yeah, and live life. What? Live life? Do nothing really? I can have my dream job and still be able to do the things I want. So yeah, I'd rather have my dream job. Would you rather every shirt you'll ever wear to be someone itchy, or only be able to use one? I could. I don't rather. I could always work with one ply toilet paper. Itchy shirt, nah. Especially I got skin allergies or something, or it's easily bring out hives. That would just make it worse. So one toilet is much more preferable. Would you rather have skin that changes colors depending on your mood, or have tattoos appear in your body that depict what you did yesterday? That's interesting. Very interesting. Do you have mood ring skin, or tattoos that tattoos seems like it's more awesome. Now, let's just say, because I've watched this done before. I've watched this game played before. You probably if for those fans of the YouTuber Markiplier, he's done this before and I watched it. He made a rather interesting point. I can always hide embarrassing tattoos from the day before, especially if you jerked off or had sex with somebody you didn't really want to have sex with, or did something that may get you in trouble. You can always hide that tattoo. So, but if you do something that makes you want to go, yeah, I'm a badass, I'd rather have the tattoo. Would you rather shit every time you orgasm, or orgasm every time you see a dog? I'll take orgasm shits for $5,000. I'd rather take the shits orgasm shits because, shit, you did your orgasm, but you should take a shit anyway, especially if you really hadn't take a shit. So yeah, just make it even better. Yay. If your partner switch bodies with one of your parents, and the only way to get them to switch back was to have sex with one of them, would you rather have sex with your partner in your parent's body, or have sex with your parent in your what? Oh, yeah, I remember saying about this question, and oh God, ooh, oh Jesus Christ, because here's the conundrum: if I knew my partner was in let's say I'm a guy, my partner's female, and she switched bodies with my mother. I know it's my lover in my mother's body, but to have sex with my mother, even though I know it's my lover, that's one hell of a. But on the flip side, your mother's in your lover's body, and you definitely like your lover's body, but you know it's your mother inside, and then switch back. One way fucks you up in the head, the other way fucks you both up in the head. Well, everybody's fucked up in the head to begin with, so what the fuck is wrong with you? No, seriously, what the fuck is... I'll go with that one, yeah. Just answer the question. Oh, fuck you. Oh, Jesus. Christ almighty. Oh. That's with my partner's body, or sex with my partner, my parents' body. Ah. If I close my eyes, I can deal with probably my partner, my parents' body, because I know it's my partner in there. My parents would probably still be fucked up unless they're not in the same room with us, which I hope they aren't. But I could probably have sex with my mother, or with my partner inside, with my partner's mind in her. Close my eyes, blindfold, whatever. I could probably deal with that more than I could deal with actually having sex with my mom. It's in my partner's body, so I'll go with that one. That one had no bearing on the results. Oh, fuck you! That's horrible, man. You're an asshole for that. I think we have answered enough of these types of questions, as I'm sure you'd agree. We're going to end this test with a short series of final questions, giving simple answers. Okay, we'll get started now. Out of the following options, which number do you like the most? I've always been an even number type of guy, so 46 probably, Out of the following options, which color resonates with the exact moment? Green, I guess. I mean, I'm feeling mellow right now. Out of the following options, which creature are the least comfortable around? I'm good with dogs. Spiders don't bother me too much. Snakes and scorpions? I'll go with scorpions because I'll go with snakes. I'll go with snakes, really. Scorpions are small. You can deal with them better than snakes. Out of the following options, which flavor is your favorite? Out of these options, all good old-fashioned vanilla. Out of the following options, which do you personally value the most? Men's. To me, freedom can potentially encapsulate all these. If you have a strong family that helps you, you have good friends, you have money, you can have freedom. So I'd rather have freedom because the other three falls in line with that. Most live without. I can live out the most without money. I can live with just shoestring budgets. I've done it all my life. I can live without it for the most part. Out of the following options, which statement is the most accurate? I'm brave, I'm caring, I'm smart, I'm attractive. I'm not the bravest person. I admit that I can be kind of a wiener at times. I am very caring, but I do have my moments where I'm like, screw everybody. I'm in it for myself. I am highly intelligent. I just don't have any direction. I'm attractive. I'm good looking, but I got bad teeth right now. And I got a little bit of a gut. Not necessarily complete, showstopper, doorstopper type things, but it does take away. So I am smart. Out of the following options, which are you most afraid of? Living forever, losing my loved ones, dying alone, dying immediately after this test is finished. You know what? I'm not afraid of losing my loved ones. It hurts. Yes, I lost my dad not quite a year ago, and I just lost my brother a couple weeks ago. It hurts, but we all are going to die. Dying alone does not bother me because in the end, no matter who's around you, unless that person dies right next to you at the same time, you're going to die alone. Dying immediately after this test is, so what? Just my time is my time. I'll live forever to see all my loved ones from here on out could eventually grow old and die, and the cycle repeats, and just keep on living forever young. No, I can't do that because then life becomes meaningless. We're almost finished, but I've got just one more final question for you. Have you ever punched a nun? What is with you and nuns? Really, what is you with nuns? You asked the same question the last game. So no, I've never punched a nun. You really ought to try it sometime. It really could take the edge off. You got some really weird habits, partner. Alright, we're done here. I'm through with you. Okay, good, finally. I'm just going to calculate your results very carefully. I don't want to miss anything important. Trying my absolute hardest not to judge you right now, trying to keep this as professional as possible. Aha, here we go. Based on what you've told me, I've come to a conclusion. This is what I personally believe would be in your best interest to acknowledge, set in motion, and accomplish in order to climb the ladder to happiness in your life. First, okay, the music just changed all of a sudden. First and foremost, I'd like to start with a blanket statement that everyone truly needs to hear. Something that is taken for granted far more than anything else in life. Something that has such an incredible, unique, irreplaceable value compared to any other things on this earth. And that, my friends, is the value of time. That is true. I agree with you there. Time is the most valuable form of currency you will ever hold in life. You can spend time on anyone doing anything for any reason. Now, time can be spent, time can be wasted, and time can be taken away, but can never be refunded. Time can never be earned back. More time can never be gained. This is true. I have a lot to say about that. Maybe I'll extrapolate after this is done. Imagine a bank account with all the money you'll ever get to spend in life. Now imagine not knowing how much money is in your account. Imagine going to the store one day to purchase something you really need, and the cashier tells you, "I'm sorry, but you can't afford that." As a matter of fact, you can never afford anything ever again. We only have so much time, and we have no idea just how much or how little we truly have before our bank accounts run dry. And the fact that we get to decide and choose what to spend our time on just shows you how truly special it is when someone spends their time on you. That's true. That's very true. So now we understand the incredible value of time. I'd like to make a suggestion for you personally on how I think you'd best be spending your time in order to achieve what you need most at this current stage in your life. Let's see here. Interesting. Very interesting. I don't know if you know this or not, but you are incredibly talented. And when I say talented, I don't mean just a simple generic way. I mean you have a lot to offer the world with your ability. Now, I think you know deep down what sort of talents you possess, but I don't think you're doing enough to make the world a better place by utilizing these talents to their maximum potential. I think that you know that as well. My advice to you would be to spend more time with others, whether it's your friends, your family, or even random strangers, and use what you're good at to teach them a little of what you know. If you just take more time to help other people who aren't nearly as special as you are, and let's be honest, not everyone is created equally, you just got the luck of the draw here, then you'll feel a lot more fulfilled doing great things for deserving people just by being you. You have no idea how many people out there would have so much to gain just from knowing you and experiencing what you have to offer. And one day, they will return the favors when you least expect it. They will remember that you spent time on them and how much you made them feel. And you'll be heavily rewarded for your emotional investment in them. I think you'll be very surprised just how much of a positive impact this can have on your life going forward. I hope this information helps you achieve your goals. Your secret word is talented. Remember this word? This will come in handy. Take the secret word that was assigned to you at the end of your session and leave it in a comment for us, and we will be selecting some of you based on your answers to be included in a future project we're currently working on. If you left your secret word for us on a test or the horoscope, we've read your feedback and it's helped us to construct this project, as well as the third installment of tests that we're currently developing. Don't be afraid. This is an opportunity for you to be a part of history. It's a chance for you to be a part of something greater. Be sure to note your secret word in your comments. If you do not wish to be a part of the upcoming project, simply leave your secret word out of your comments and we will not select your name. We appreciate any and all comments you leave and we always read them thoroughly. Thank you for taking the time to answer these questions. I know they've been of some help to you. If they aren't yet, it will make It will all make sense to you very soon. Trust me on that. One more thing. We greatly appreciate your feedback and support. We've read every single review and comment left for us. We love the conspiracy theories behind the greater meaning of all of this. And the third and final installment of the test series, all will finally be revealed. But not a single person has been able to figure out what this entire experiment is all about yet. Okay? We look forward to reading your thoughts and feelings, as it helps share what we do, as we work on future projects to bring up the most emotion out of you. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you for everything you do. Thank you for playing, and thank you for contributing your secret words to our project. If you wish to support us further, we would love it if you check out our other titles on our other games section of the title screen. Oh, wow. Incredible. I mean, they're right about the time thing. When it comes to time, he's right. Time is valuable, and we all wasted a lot of it. We could do so much more. Let me go read this. We made a list of names of those who have supported our projects along the way, and we will be continuing to extend the list of future titles. Would you like to see them now? No. I mean, no offense to these people, but I don't need to see it. Not at least right now. Now, I was saying about time. Right about that, I wasted a lot of time on stuff that I shouldn't have. And I regret that because a lot of things I could have done so much more. Wasted time just because I went to bullshit. Not take care of what I need to do in life. That's what left me in the state I'm in now. I could have done so much more in my life, but I willed a lot of it away. I've been trying to find a will to get better, and I'm working on it, but I just don't have the drive right now, and that's why I'm doing this, to hopefully find the drive. Get out, talk to y'all, do these live streams, to meet people, to reach out and make an impact to people. Even if I don't really do much or just make you laugh, it's better than nothing. That's what I go out and try to do for y'all. So yeah, my time's not wasted if I can make at least one person happy. So if that makes sense to anybody, if that makes sense. It's more than just me sitting around doing nothing and nobody's doing nothing for anybody. So yes, to all those I hope that watch this, I hope y'all enjoyed it. And we'll be doing the last installment of the test tomorrow night. Hopefully hopefully it's even better than this one. But hopefully it makes more sense than what these last two have done to me. But anyway, like, subscribe, comment, follow, and if you want to donate, the link is in the description on my YouTube page for this video. Feel free to donate if you want. And please, tell your friends, tell your family, tell some random stranger about me, or about any of your favorite YouTubers. Maybe they might want to take a peek and see. So, but anyway, as outlined here tonight, I'm watching you watch me play some crazy video games. So bye everybody, and I'll be back tomorrow night. Like I said, like, subscribe, follow, whatever. I'll see y'all tomorrow night. Steve out.